Well, it almost seems that this guy, wherever he goes, almost has an immediate bounce. But then we've all known that for a fact that for quite some time, that he is a good manager eventually. Welcome to another episode of Sports with Munga, and we are talking about Thomas Tuchel and the Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund game, which has ended with Bayern Munich winning 4-2. But in the pretext to this match has been all the talk about Nagelsmann being sacked the last week by Bayern, and Thomas Tuchel being available immediately to kind of jump on the job and get him immediately starting. No, there's a lot of talk about. Obviously, Tuchel took a lot of time. He didn't come into any team for quite some time. He wanted to have a clean, good break, and I think he is happy the fact that he did take the break because, well, it's he was sacked from Chelsea after winning the Champions League for them. In a good turnaround, and the way he built the squad and the way Chelsea kind of performed, and also after the Chelsea kind of new management with Todd Bowley coming in, I think that didn't match with his expectations or standards in some sense, because Tuchel was out, but then Tuchel is back in. And it was a Tuchel show today with Bayern Munich and Nagelsmann out, and Tuchel kind of coming in the he was in Bayern last week. And it was interesting to see, like, it's a hard game. This is the 133rd time since Bundesliga was founded. Borussia Dortmund face Bayern. No other fixture has been played as often in the German professional football league. Bayern has conceded 32 defeats against Borussia, more than any against, and Dortmund, on the other hand, lost 65 times against Bayern, also more than they have against any other sides. So it's a match of classics. It's their Klassiker that they play generally. It's a derby, the biggest one, and this was at Allianz Arena, and the Munich hometown, Bayern hometown. Tuchel made some couple of big changes immediately. He dropped Mane and Cancelo on the bench from his first game in charge of Bayern. Coman starts on the wing instead of Loney, with Choupo-Moting demoting in the attack. And Borussia Dortmund, and I think the game, it was one of those things with Nagelsmann kind of getting out, was they were not top of the Bundesliga. With this win, they are top of the Bundesliga. What a difference 1 week makes. But then Bayern returned to the top of the Bundesliga after thumping Dortmund in their Klassiker. They found a fortunate open. That was a howler from Kobel's failed clearance. Ended up in the back of his own net. Before Muller netted twice to give his side a 3-goal advantage. First poking into Ligt's header. He then reacted quickly to slot home Sane's rebound strike 5 minutes after the break. Coman fired in Bayern's fourth after a brilliant exchange with Sane. Sane's ball was amazing. Before Dortmund scored a couple of consolations. Malen scored a penalty after Gnabry brought down Bellingham in the box, with Malen also netted a late goal. The substitute played a quick 1-2 with Guerreiro on the edge of the box before placing the effort into the bottom corner. Bayern lead the Bundesliga by 2 points and will be looking to secure back-to-back wins in the league after they face Freiburg next week. However, they have to host Christian Streit's side in the quarterfinal of the DFB Pokal. Dortmund travel to Leipzig in the cup before hosting third place Union Berlin in the league, knowing a loss will see them move away further down in the table. So Bayern Munich, 26 games played, 55 points. Borussia Dortmund, 26 game plays, 53 points. Union Berlin, 26 game plays, 51 points. And Freiburg, 47 with 26 games played. And that's kind of the pressure on Bayern Munich right now. It's too close. They don't have a clear lead. So they can't focus on all clubs, all champions in like the Champions League, the League Cup as well, and the Bundesliga as well. So that's one of the reasons what Tuchel needs to kind of find his squad and find the best way to move forward with this, because that's what Tuchel does. He just comes in, he finds, and I won't be surprised if Tuchel actually wins the Champions League as well. But then that's the reality of football. Things change pretty quickly, and that's where we are. Interesting to say Mane didn't start. Interesting to see the lineup as well, promoting, keeping his squad. Coman and Muller with Sane just brilliant attacking. There are a lot of chances. I think defensively they still need to think what's happening. Upamecano and Ligt, along with Pavard and Davies. Eventually, the overall, I think it was a pretty interesting game to see how Bayern Tuchel's football kind of is still resonating the way he plays. Borussia, on the other hand, I think they looked tired. They looked overworked or worked too much to kind of keep Bayern at bay. Bellingham, especially, was a little, I would say, tired. He looked tired, but then Emre Can gets a penalty. Haller was substituted out for a couple of substitutions early on. Haller was substituted in 61 minutes for Mokolo to come in, and that's kind of Haller has had a pretty horrid last year, but then he's come back and he's playing. That's an amazing thing as well. And in Sergio's side could have they could have scored more, but then I think 4-2 does not tell the whole story of the game in a way, because Borussia Dortmund was nowhere, and Bayern Munich just kind of dominated the whole game from the start to finish. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think about Thomas Tuchel. Of course, Chelsea lost to Aston Villa as well, so that's kind of Tuchel will be like, I don't know, maybe laughing, maybe happy, I don't know. And that's going to be interesting. Let's see how this Bayern Munich season, or Tuchel season with Bayern now kind of heads, because now there's an interest again with him being sacked and now got in the mid-season. It'll be interesting to see how he kind of gets the team back up to the speed that they have to. And it's going to be interesting to see how Bayern fare in the Bundesliga, and the league that they've dominated for the last 10 years and won it every 10 years. So very interesting to see that. Do like this video, do share, and do subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.